Good afternoon. Just a quick update. I pulled apart my wheels and tires last night. My wheels, tires, foams. Went ahead and ordered a set of the Crawler Innovations Deuces Wild closed cell foams. This truck is just way too heavy for these two-stage foams. I get a lot of rollovers, especially when these foams fold in. They fold in and I end up tapping the ground or rock on the edge of a beadlock, and it grabs on and I end up rolling over. So we're going to go ahead and change that. When I pulled my tires off, cleaned them off, and I sprayed them down with some Simple Green. Set them in a bag. I've had them in the bag overnight, sealed up. I noticed that they were getting kind of dry when we were running them, so I figured it'd probably be best to condition them a little bit before I put them back on the wheels with new foams. These wheels are gearhead wheels. I've had some pretty good luck mounting these tires on these wheels. Pit Bulls are not my favorite tire to mount on a wheel. The thin sidewalls slip out very easily. So what I'm actually going to do is, when I go to reassemble, I'm going to go ahead and stick a thin coating of silicone around the rim of the wheel and on the inner portion of the beadlock itself, just to kind of give it a little bit of a grab when we put the tires back on. The other change I'm going to go through is I'm going to omit the King shocks and replace them with the Pro lines that I have sitting here. I had these on there before and they worked great. The Kings look awesome and they match the truck, but they just do not perform the way that I was hoping. That would also alleviate a few of the rollovers and issues I've been having. The problem with these particular King shocks, the fronts are actually longer than the rear, so I've actually put spacers in the fronts to shorten them up a bit. What's going to happen? What's going on is I'm actually getting some binding in my front drive line at full extension when the suspension is at full extension. So I'm going to go ahead, and I notice when I pull the axle up a little bit towards the body, the binding goes away. It's just an extreme angle that I have no other way to fix other than to lengthen the wheelbase. I'm not really interested in doing that. It's already at 13.5 inches. That's a pretty big wheelbase. You see I have the 1.9 boggers on there right now. I just put them on so that I don't lose my hexes and pins and have to go digging around for more of them. I still have to do a rebuild on these axles. Good old Fast Eddie. And somewhere around here I have my bushings for the input shafts, input gear on the diff itself. So that's pretty much what's going to happen in the near future. Hopefully before Axial Fest, I'm going to have this chassis rails chopped down a bit, delete the scale winch, and have a fair lead that leads. Just use that fair lead on the bumper right in front of the body. I have the other side fender well done, and I'll have the other one done here probably when I change these shocks. Real simple process. I can go over that later. Other than that, I still have to waterproof my electronics. You can see it's still kind of jumbled a little bit, so I got to clean that up, waterproof them, and I think I'm going to go ahead and go with the HPI 8-scale electric short course truck. Actually has a top tray with drivers. I think that's actually going to end up in here rather than the interior with the seats. The interior with the seats used to fit with the 540 can motor. That's obviously not going to happen with this motor that's in here. Plus I'd like a little bit of airflow, so that'll actually help that a little bit. And so I'll have an interior, I'll have my scale bits in the back of the bed, and you can see I have my pull pal with my scale toe straps, bungees, and eventually some lights. So that's just a quick update on what is going to happen with the truck, and I will talk to you later.